Hello and good day to all of you. You all like pizza, right? Most of you like pizza. Who doesn't like pizza? What do you get when you take a pizza and you roll it up and you bake it? You get an amazing Stromboli. Now, you can have it with or without the pizza sauce, because when it goes on pizza, it's sauce. When it's for pasta, it's gravy. Next. This is going to be a relatively easy Stromboli recipe that you can throw together. First of all, you're going to start with a nice dough. This one's not going to have a sauce in it because you can usually have a sauce. I'm going to make this as an appetizer. You can have a sauce as a dipping sauce later on. Start out with your favorite bread dough recipe. You can either make your own 1, 2, 3 dough. If you don't know what that is, you can look that up anywhere on the internet. It's like a basic pizza dough recipe, or you can use the frozen dough that you have to bring it home and rise, or you can even do what I did in this case. You can go with your basic Pillsbury pizza crust dough. That's probably so you can just open it up and it's ready to go. You just kind of press it out, roll it out, or whatever. All right, you want to take your dough that's already been kind of prepped and pressed out, and I throw a little bit of a spray of olive oil on the foil, just to kind of keep it from sticking, because I'm going to go right from the prep surface is going to be also the baking surface. You'll notice that I've cut the pizza dough in half. That's because I'm going to make 2 smaller ones because of the oven configuration that I have. I'm going to take the baster brush here. I'm going to take a little bit of an egg wash that I mixed up. It's just some egg and some water and some garlic, always garlic, and a little bit of basil. And I'm just going to paint a little bit of egg on here. I'll do one at a time. I'm not going to have the other one sitting Okay, I'm not going to go all the way to the edge on the one side because I'm going to use that to kind of pinch it together when I'm done. You don't want to go all the way to the edges on that, because you want to have some pinch room here. All right, put that in there. Then you want to take some lovely mozzarella, which probably should have been open to begin with. You want to take some mozzarella. Some people use sliced. I use shredded. I have used the sliced mozzarella. Some people use provolone, which is also nice. This is a sliced mozz I got at the Publix. You want to go about 2/3 of the way up the dough. Kind of spread it out evenly. In most cases, you would spread it like you spread a pizza. You go from the center toward the outside. It just keeps things from falling off and whatnot. This is a really easy recipe. Not a whole lot involved in this, and you can use just about anything in these doughs. Oh! Anyway, did I just make you jump out your seat? I hope so. I really got to learn to open these things up before I start videotaping. And I got some pepperoni slices. This happens to be the Hormel. You can use whatever you like. Don't put that in the Stromboli. People wouldn't appreciate that, okay? And you just kind of lay it out. Or I'll be speeding this up. You want to overlap. You can use any other kind of sliced meats you want. You can do anything. You can put a nice General Salami in there, or some people use ham, kitten, whatever meat you're using in here. I just want to see if you're paying attention. You want to do about the same thing. You want to put it, one more row, why not? This might be too much. It'll punch up a little bit, so we'll do that. All right, so then you want to take your Stromboli. I'm going to pull this back a little because we're going to start from way back this end. You want to make a kind of a flop over fold. All right, you can do this on a cutting board too, or bread board. Like I said, I'm only choosing to do this on here to keep it convenient for me when I go right from here to the oven. And you want to roll it, and just be careful that you're not pushing the stuffings, the mixins. You're not just pushing it ahead. You're actually rolling it in the spiral. Get it all up in there. Okay. Take the ends, pinch the ends. Pinch. In most cases, these things are going to explode in your oven anyway. That's the fun part when you get that little cheesy pepperoni, slightly oily explosion. Okay. There we go. And I just take this little extra and I kind of pinch it together. It will open up. I mean, it's not gonna be perfect because it's got oils and water and whatnot on it. And I'm gonna roll it so that the seam is down in the oven. I have to make sure this isn't too big for my oven because I have a smaller new wave oven. We'll do the other one. I press this out a little bit, just to make sure that it's even. You don't want your edges. So the edges on the Pillsbury dough tend to be a little thicker. So you want to kind of press them out a little bit. You want to do a little egg wash on the inside. Come on, Basil. What are you doing? Basil. Get my hand right in my fat ass hand. All right. And then move the camera a little bit. Little wash. And you're not done with this egg wash by any stretch. You're gonna egg wash the top before you bake too. So there you go. If you want to know if I washed my hands before I started doing this, no! Of course I did. In fact, there's a video a few back that shows you about the importance of washing the hands. I'm going to put on the second one because some people like a little more garlic and basil. I'm going to put some inside, a little garlic powder. I don't use garlic salt because everything already has enough salt in it. Everything. You really don't need to add salt to your cooking. A little more basil. And for people who go and put salt in, I know there are places that I've eaten where they salt everything, every part of everything. Puerto Rico. Yeah, every ingredient gets salted before they put it together, and then they kind of salt the whole thing. High blood pressure is not a fun thing to have. It's just not. Here we go. Turn the mozzarella, which is not to be confused with a mortadella, which is meat. Make it cheesy. Speaking of cheesy, and things that you can put in these, I've made them with a lot more egg, and I've taken cooked scrambled egg, like a sheet of egg, and put it in there with bacon and stuff, cooked bacon, and made like a breakfast stromboli. I've done that. I've done dessert strombolis with Nutella and chocolate chips things and marshmallowy stuff, and it's just insanity. Open up a new paparon. This really only takes a few minutes to prepare once if you remember to open everything up before you get started. This is really good. You can eat this hot, you can eat this cold right out of the fridge. You can slice it thick, you can slice it thin. I like to get it when I'm using it as like an appetizer. I like to take it out at room temperature and slice it kind of thin. You can also put a little Parmesan in there, or a little Romano cheese if you like it a little more zippy. Zippy the Wonder Slug. Okay, and again, we fold over just a little bit, and this is how I roll. See what I did there? This is how I roll. I made a funny. If one not cooperating as well as the first, I will win. Alright, we're moving down here. I will win. Okay, pinch. Pinch. How a pinch? There we go. hinge close. See, and it starts to separate because it's not really wanting to do that. I could also wet the edge, you know, you know, and done that. This little piece of cheese got stuck on here now. All right, so now we're good to go. I'm gonna leave a lot of room on the sides for these. Okay, I'm gonna bend them a little bit because I guess they'll fit in the oven real nice. So now the other thing I want to do a little more egg wash on the top. Egg wash. Egg wash. Because it gives you this nice shiny exterior. And for baking time, basically you just follow the instructions on the dough, unless you're making your own dough, and you want to bake it till it's done. You're a lot of help, Spirit. Bake it till it's done. Now, for a little more garlic. All right, a lot more garlic. A little more basil. We move Mr. Cutco out of the way. Get the oven ready for the move. A little too much foil.
I do a foil removal project.
Okay, this one I just tuck in.
Night, night.
I'm doing this with the foil because I do not have a round pan that fits in this oven yet. But I will! This is why I curved it in, see, because I want it to follow. All right? And then we take the extra foil, then we throw it away. And we take this, and I set this, throw this away. And we wait. Enough said. And there you go. Right there. Okay. Nice, melty, good. Yeah.